Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So today we're going to talk about somebody that I feel like didn't get as much love as he deserved recently. Well, I mean like in the last 6 months, honestly. I haven't seen too many videos made on him, and that is Urogrim. He's a void epic from the Urogrim tribes that used to be, when on release, so busted that he was like same level if not better than Bad-El-Kazar. All his kit is similar to Bad-El-Kazar. Basically he places poisons on the enemies and continuous heal on himself. On day 2 he has a full cleanse with a heal, and then on the A1 he has chances to place poisons again on a double hit. At the same time he also has a speed aura of 19%. Basically what I'm running right now with him is Dragon 20. And the reason why I wanted to show him right now, and specifically on Dragon 20, is because most of the time you hear me saying try to double, triple dip on your event. You know, if there's a dragon with some dungeon divers, obviously that's a good one. But there's like lots of times where you have dragon going on, like a dragon tournament going on at the same time as a champion training event. Or there might be like an ice golem that goes at the same time as a champion training event. And there might, like I said, there might be dungeon divers as well. But it's mostly when you have those two tournaments, or you might have like dragon tournament but champion training event. So in order to try and double, triple dip with these things, usually it's kind of suggested, you know, to try and see if you have those, you know, if you're trying to be efficient basically with resources, you try to use one champion that can like beat the whole dungeon himself and bring 4 food champions. So basically what you're doing is you're building up the food champs for the champion training, and at the same time you're farming tournament points for the sake of dungeons such as the dragon. This time around we actually have something going on, which I think I'm actually gonna go for this one. I will obviously we'll have to see how my group looks, but we have the dragon tournament going on. At the same time, we have a 2 times speed event going on. You know, there's double chances of getting speed gear when farming dragon. And at the same time, there is a champion training going on that gives us, you know, the, what is it? Here it is. It gives you the ice Tranda or something like that. It gives you the icy skin for Tranda, which honestly I missed because I was away on vacation. Then when I came back, I didn't do the tournaments again. So like, you know, I might actually be going for this one just to get myself a nice Tranda skin. I'm not gonna explode, you know, I'm not gonna blow up all my resources, but I might actually do. It all depends on how my group looks. But this is more about Urogrim. Let me show you at the same time what Urogrim can actually do. So as I showed you, I showed you that he can solo Dragon 20. The reason why I'm saying doing Dragon 20 or like at the same time doing Ice Golem 20 for the sake of that, that's the most efficient place, like, you know, that you can farm for the sake of tournament slash event points, because on stage 20 you use the, you know, it's the best balance between energy used and points that you gain. That's on stage 20. If you want the best quality, obviously you would go on stage 25, and you know what, Urogrim can actually do it on stage 25 as well. Like I have this pre-recorded. It looks a little bit trickier, it looks scary. This one even had a fail at the beginning. Let me see, did I go the second one? Yeah. So basically it looks a little bit scary because compared to, like, okay, if you have a Bad-El-Kazar, then yeah, obviously Bad-El-Kazar is gonna be a bit better because he has better base stats, he has lower cooldown on the healing and poison skill than him. But if you don't have a Bad-El-Kazar and you have a Urogrim, it's a shame to sleep on it. It's just, you know, he requires a little bit higher stats. He does it a little bit slower than Bad-El-Kazar as well, but he can do it. This one failed because, let me show you, let me see how long this one is. So this one's around 3 minutes. Honestly, it's not so bad. Doing a 3 minute, maybe you want to leave it like overnight or during the day while you're at work. Just leave it to farm on either your phone or your PC, whatever you play, and the points will gather up. But let me show you the reason why that one actually failed. It's because I'm low on silver, and And I didn't actually min-max his gear. Like, I didn't level up everything. I didn't try to use the best gear. Like, I didn't... The thing that I could have done is I could have taken the gear from Bad-El-Kazar, just put all that gear on him, and he could have done the same thing because he would have better stats. Like this, you know, he's good enough, but you would want to maybe get around that 80k mark on HP and like 3k plus defense. And obviously the speed is, you know, pretty good. You want the 300 resist on him, and you want around 230, 250 accuracy. The reason for the 300 resist is because you want to only have, you know, that 3% chance, hopefully never, to be debuffed on the waves or on the boss part. Like, for example, as I showed you that he did Dragon 25, he obviously can do Ice Golem 20 as well. The only sad thing is, or the only annoying thing is, there's these two uncommons here that place the, they place the block debuffs on themselves for 3 turns. That makes it a little bit slow. Like, it takes about 2 minutes and a half just to pass the first wave, and then like you come to the next wave, and from here it's a little bit smoother sailing because there's no more block debuffs. So it takes like 4 minutes to get to the boss. That's hard, that's annoying. But if you're not in a rush, like I mentioned again, for the sake of an Ice Golem tournament, you just leave it to go in the background or overnight, and then he's slowly ticking away, and he's baiting even the Ice Golem himself, because again, poison takes do not proc his retribution, don't have War Master Giant Slayer on him, and boom, it's a 5-minute run. Honestly, if you don't want to do this one, I'm quite sure you could try maybe go to 21. Like, trying to go to 21 might be a really fun thing with him. At the same time, guess what? In the same build, he can solo Faction Wars 21. So if you don't have that many champions built for the sake of the Faction Wars, or like maybe you beat the Faction Wars on 21 by manualing and it was really hard for one time because you needed, you know, the 3-star for the sake of Lydia, and then you have a Urogrim. Maybe if you build him, you can just bring him in to solo like this. Just give him the 4 food champions in there, because I'm gonna show you why you kind of want, I mean, you want like 3 champions in there. But bringing 4 is also good because from Faction Wars you get a little bit of experience, but still, you know, it's better than nothing. So you bring 4 champions from the Urogrim tribes that you want to die, and then just let him do his job on his own. He's gonna keep doing the A3 with the poisons, the A1s, healing himself with the A2 if ever he's in trouble, and he's slowly gonna take away. I think it takes like about a minute per wave, and then it's like another minute or so on the boss part. Like this used to be pretty amazing. Like before his nerf, he used to solo this, like for me, in like 2 minutes and a half. That was my best time that I got. He did like in 2 minutes and a half or like 3 minutes just on his own. Even like this, it's still doing good. This one's a little bit slower because of the heals from this Hexia on the is it Hexia or Hexweaver? One or two. Oh, no, not Hexia. I think it's Hexweaver. Anyway, it's a little bit slow because obviously that one is keeps healing from the side, and there's still there's the Paragon that puts it unkillable. However, it's still doing his job. He's still slowly ticking away. If we go and see, look at this, 2 minutes, come on, I think it's 2 minutes and a half on this one. Yeah, so it's around 2 minutes and 40 seconds to get to the boss, and then on the boss part he again slowly starts ticking away on the ads. As you see, he doesn't get the debuffs here either because of the because of the resistance that we gave him. He might get some debuffs like here and then because of the 3%, you know. He doesn't have buffs. Sorry, he doesn't have anything that says like, okay, he cannot be resisted. Or like he can resist stuff. There's always going to be that 3% that something happens. So the build that I'm showing to you is not, I'm not going to call it 100% success rate. No, it's a 97% success rate. But that's, you know, that's kind of close to one of the best things you can get. Especially with an epic. Even though he's a void one, he's still an epic at the end of the day. So being able to solo some content with him and, you know, bring some food along at the same time, I think 97% is a pretty decent chance. So if you look at this one is done in about, what, 4 minutes and 4 minutes and a half. Honestly, I have some teams, I have some Faction War teams that a full team of 5 does stage 21 in 4 minutes and a half. So this one's, it's not too bad that I can actually just do it with him on his own. And like I mentioned, maybe you don't have any other Urogrims build. Maybe you don't have the Manitors, Begans, or whatever other champion that brings some damage in there. Just build him like this. Solo it on 21. Use him for the sake of soloing Dragon on 20, Ice Golem on 20. Like I said, if you give him strong enough stats, he can do 25 as well. But if you're trying to be efficient, like I showed, for the sake of combining the champion training and the dragon tournament at the same time, the easiest and the most efficient place to farm is stage 20, because again, I'm now repeating myself, that's the best place to farm for points when it comes to like the energy that you use for the sake of that. Let me actually show you his build again. So again, these are his stats. Obviously you want to get him, basically you don't care about his damage per se as the hit, so that's why I don't have any crit rate. You care about having 300 resist, 230 to 50 accuracy as I mentioned, 200, I mean, the faster you get him the better, because the more he goes the better. You want at least around 3000 defense, even though I don't have it here yet, and around 80,000 HP to, you know, be on the in the right spot. And then when it comes to masteries, you don't care about Giant Slayer or War Master, honestly. If you only use him for the sake of Dragon, then yeah, maybe you could go on the War Master. But when it comes to the Ice Golem, you don't want to have those War Master or Giant Slayer procs, because that gives the boss an extra chance to retaliate and bring back the ads, or maybe if the ads are up and you proc his Retribution, he might kill you on higher stages. I went out the support tree, obviously. I got the Arcane Celerity, I got the Rapid Response because he puts buffs and debuffs. Then I got Master Hexer for a chance to extend his poisons, because he does 2 poisons AoE, so you kind of want this one. Then over here, you either go Spirit Haste to gain that 24 speed for every added, for every food champion that dies. You know, it's like a maximum of 24, that means like 3 of them. So if you want to get that extra speed, because maybe your speed is too slow, you get this one. If you have high enough speed, you can go the Lasting Gifts route, and this way you can get maybe an, what's it called? You can get the chance to extend those continuous heals that he places. So this is the way that you can go. Then on the defense tree, obviously I went down the resist because it makes it easier to hit that. Then I took this one, honestly, for the sake of, in case he gets a crit. But maybe it would have been better to just go down a rejuvenation, so he gets a little bit more healing. At the same time, Resurgent would have been a good one, because every time he gets a smack over 25%, for example on the dragon, he has a chance to remove that stun. That can be really good. Obviously delay death to get less damage over time, like he straight up brings a 6% damage mitigation, and then at the end, Cycle of Revenge, like in case he gets crit, to gain more and more turn meter to keep coming back at his to his skills. If you don't want to go this route and you have the resistance, you can always take the defense and take Blast Proof for, you know, an extra 5% damage mitigation, because the more damage you mitigate, the safer it's gonna be for you. At the same time, the way that I have him built is actually in, as I mentioned earlier, I showed the stats, he's in a Frenzy set plus an Immortal set. The reason for the Frenzy is because obviously every time he loses 10% of his HP, 5% of his HP, he gets 10% turn meter, which is a lot, you know, for somebody that has healing in his own kit. Frenzy can be good enough. For other builds, for example, I think I might try him in a regen and maybe come up again at a later stage and see. Regen might be a little bit more, what's it called? Regen might be a little maybe safer, but I wanted to try to use Frenzy again, just like I used on Bad-El-Kazar, because people don't speak that much about Frenzy, and there's certain key champions where Frenzy is really good, like Bad-El-Kazar, like Urogrim that heals himself, like a Kresk for the sake of Hydra. So, you know, it's good to actually mention these sets that are kind of niche but can actually be used a lot. But yeah, I think this is gonna be for the video because I talked a lot, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope this is helpful. I hope it helps you to do, you know, the solo content, because maybe you don't have the Tomb Lords or the Rich Tufted Balls or the Bad-El-Kazars, you know, the usual legendaries that can solo content, but you have a Urogrim and maybe you slept on him because not many people speak about him ever since he was nerfed, but he can still be a good champion. So yeah, this was my video. Hope this helped you guys. If this was helpful for you, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. You know, I'm trying to get myself to that 8,000 subscribers, which is quite a lot from where I am right now, but you know, that's my goal, to be able to get tier 3 content creator and have access to the test server. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace, love, take care everyone. Bye guys.